Alert! Alert! Deploy your shopping bots. Get yourself to 7-Eleven. Get ready to fist fight a grandma for the latest retro gaming collectible. We're going to tell you all about it this week on It's All Dug in Games. Not since the release of the NES and Super Nintendo classics a few years ago have I seen more buzz generated quicker in the span of just 24 to 48 hours than I have with the announcement that 7-Eleven is teaming up with the Tetris company for a Slurpee drink-inspired handheld gaming device. That's right, the good folks at 7-Eleven realizing the buzz and the hype that exists around Tetris, specifically when you think about all of the excitement around the current world records being broken left and right in classic Tetris, the upcoming Tetris World Championships at this year's SoCal Gaming Expo. Well, they've decided that this is a great opportunity to launch a new line of collectibles. So 7-Eleven here has this handheld Slurpee Tetris gaming device, which is shaped, the form factor of this like controller all-in-one is a Slurpee cup. Obviously, it's not a real Slurpee, but you get the idea. It's got a 1.8-inch screen, according to the press release here, and obviously it plays Tetris. So this is interesting, the way that they plan on distributing this. Apparently beginning a couple days ago on the 1st, customers, according to the 7-Eleven press release, customers across the U.S. who purchase participating products via all their rewards programs, of which apparently there are many 7-Eleven rewards programs, will have a chance to win one of 20,000 limited edition Tetris handheld gaming devices shaped like 7-Eleven's iconic frozen Slurpee. Now, what's interesting here, and of course it's the folks behind My Arcade that are producing them, is also going to sell, in their words, a limited number of these devices on their website. So there's a number of things that come to mind right away, right? Looking at their website, there is actually an entry for the Slurpee plus Tetris handheld game device. It looks like they're going to sell them for $30 a pop. And right now, when you go there, you can see it just beckons you to enter an email to let you know when this device is dropped and gone live. Now, it's not clear if the 20,000 total includes ones they're giving away, plus what they're selling here, or if there'll be some limited extra copies sold online. At the end of the day, look, the reality is there's going to be way more demand, at least initially, than supply on this thing. And that tells me two things. Number one, it is going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to get one of these online. I somehow doubt that the 7-Eleven website was designed to handle retail crash situations, like, for example, a Target or a GameStop or a Best Buy when they drop a new PS5, for example. So that is inevitably going to be a complete fiasco when they eventually start sending out those notifications. If you don't own a bot farm, you're probably out of that game. And then, of course, going to your local 7-Eleven looking to either purchase one or win one or something like that. So I imagine there'll be lots of fun incidents and occurrences in your local 7-Eleven, more so than usual, I would suggest. So what is one to do if one wants one of these devices? Well, here's the thing. Let's look at this. Let's take a step back. Let's take the emotions out of the equation and realize this is yet another collectible that people are going to go crazy for and do whatever they have to do to get one. And then immediately we'll turn around and look to sell these for some ridiculous price. Again, if you use things like the NES Classics, other types of collectibles, if they're asking $30 for it, I will bet you that as soon as people start getting them, they're going to show up on eBay and Mercari and whatnot, and your local game convention for multiples of that, probably $150. That would be my guess. And ultimately, you have to say to yourself as a potential consumer, do I need the Slurpee portable gaming system? I mean, when you look at the practicality of this as a controller, this might actually beat out the Atari 5200 and the Atari Jaguar for the worst controller ever designed. You're certainly not going to enjoy the experience. You're certainly not going to be able to get the satisfaction if you suddenly want a Slurpee and you realize there's no Slurpee in here. So it's going to be a novel thing that you have, that you mess around with a bit, and then you're going to stick it on your shelf. Or you're going to get a table at the next gaming convention and sell it for $150. Ultimately, that's probably what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, I think it's a hard pass. Oh, and one other detail. This is another moment for us to reflect and think about this. You see a lot of people will go and get crazy and try to get like 20 of these. I'm looking at you, Aaron Kosharski.
Whoa.
With the thinking that this is their retirement plan. This is going to be the thing that's going to, really make them be able to retire. But let's look at this, for example. Take a step back. Take the emotion out of the equation. Yes, there's probably going to be less of these than people that think it's a cool idea. But wind the clock forward 5, 10, 15 years. Is there going to be anyone that's even going to remember that this exists, much less actively looking to get their beady little hands on a Tetris portable gaming Slurpee device? Chances are they won't. They'll pick it up if they see it at a convention or something and it's reasonably priced. That's the key words. But I really don't think this is going to actually be an investment vehicle. And I think that a lot of people are so brainwashed into thinking that any limited edition retro gaming adjacent thing has the potential to be a retirement plan. It's not. And by the way, in case you're thinking, Doug, no. You've got it all twisted and backwards. I'm going to be able to get as many as I want. So, bully on you. Let's just do a little math here. I've created an equation to help calculate your odds of getting a Slurpee handheld portable gaming system device. I'm going to give you absolutely free of charge because I do like to give back to the community. I call it my what are the odds of getting this collectible equation. Let's do the math on this. It takes two things into consideration. The first variable is, what is the likelihood I'll be able to buy one online? And again, given what we know about 7-Eleven is probably not being as sophisticated as your Best Buy or Target or GameStop in handling being crashed by people looking for short limited edition things, I'd say that's about 0. And then the second variable would be, how likely is it that I'm going to get stabbed in a parking lot trying to find one at the brick and mortar? I'm going to put that probably about 80%. So here's the math. You take the percentage of likelihood that you're going to buy one online multiplied by the percentage likelihood that you're going to get stabbed in a parking lot. 0 times 80. Look at it. It's 0. 0 times 80 is 0. Who would have thought? Hey, look it up on a calculator, folks. I'm not making this up. The math doesn't lie. That's right. You are 0% likely to get your little mitts on one of these. So again, let it go. You don't need every silly retro gaming adjacent collectible that comes down the line. Yes, it's pretty cool. Yes, you're probably going to see another 1,000 YouTube videos about it. Yes, you're going to see videos where people go out to 7-Elevens and cause chaos. And you know what? My goodness, I am going to preemptively be ashamed and look down on the people that think that that's going to be a great idea. Leave your 7-Eleven employees alone. They probably don't have any anyhow. Leave 7eleven.com alone. They didn't deserve this. It was some marketing droid up on the 27th floor. And with that, I will bid you adieu. I will thank you for watching this important news story. Let me know in the comments below if you think I've got it all wrong, and I'll see you next time on It's All Doug in Games.